everybody. I'm Philip.
And I'm Justin.
And together, we are Pajamas. We have just finished episode 6 of Doctor Who, which we enjoyed thoroughly.
An amazing episode.
Yes. We are going now to episode 7 in the first season. A few things we'll cover before we get into it really fast that I covered in the last video as well. I am recovering from an illness, so I am not at full capacity, not 100% yet, but I'm feeling better. And today's the first day I could actually talk extensively in about a week. So, again, good timing, since this is the only day we have to watch Doctor Who this week. Number 2, I'm introducing this microphone during the videos for reactions in hopes that it blocks out the sound and you can hear me. Well, I'm usually the only one that talks for the reaction part. But for our interactions, you can hear better. So I haven't seen the last video, so I don't know if it's working. If it's not, it will not be in future videos after we're done filming for today. And that's about it. So without further ado, let's jump into episode 7 and see what the universe, the Doctor Who universe, has in store for us.
Let's investigate.
Let's investigate. Let's be the Sherlock Holmes and Watson of the Doctor Who universe.
A million species, with mankind right in the middle. He's your boyfriend.
Not anymore.
Okay, first of all, Doctor's helping her look cool in front of the guy. Okay, awesome. Nice change of pace. But there's nothing wrong with a man fainting. Like, that would be more endearing. Like, you're seeing this, like, can we go back to how she reacted the first time? She didn't faint, but yeah, whatever.
I'm actually curious about what her love life is going to be now.
Menage a trois.
You're gonna like this fantastic period of history. The human race at its most intelligent. Culture, art, politics.
They're all human. What about the millions of planets, the millions of species? Where are they?
Good question. Actually, that is a good question. Stop asking questions. Go and do it. Off you go then. Your first day.
You're gonna get a smack, you are.
If you don't ask questions, you'll end up in jail. There's nothing wrong with asking questions.
You're on Satellite 5.
What's Satellite 5?
Come on, how could you get on board without knowing where you are?
Look at me, I'm stupid.
Slush puppy.
What flavour?
Sort of beef?
Travelling. I met these people and we're travelling together.
Honest and beyond bias. That's company policy.
Actually, it's the law.
Yes, thank you, Suki.
Every single fact in the Empire beams out of this place. Now that's what I call power.
Say my name. Say my name.
Promotion for Suki McCrae.
Ooh.
Well, you're my lucky charm.
All right, I'll hug anyone.
Not me.
No, you stick with the Doctor. You'd rather be with him. It's going to take a better man than me to get between you two.
Aww. I'll join you on the deck.
Take the TARDIS key.
You know, just in case it gets a bit too much.
Yeah, like it's not weird in there.
Fair.
Freedom Foundation has been monitoring Satellite 5's transmissions. We have absolute proof that the facts are being manipulated.
Satellite 5, you work, eat and sleep on the same floor, and that's it, that's all. You're not management, are you?
At last, she's clever. The society's the wrong shape, even the technology.
It's cutting edge.
It's backwards. There's a great big door in your head. You should have took this out years ago. Humanity's been set back about 90 years. When did Satellite 5 start broadcasting?
91 years ago.
Have to pay for it. They've stopped subsidising.
Can I use this?
That'll do nicely.
That's her gone. Adam's given up. Looks like it's just you and me.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
we installed the vomitomatic at the same time, nanotermites have been placed in the lining of your throat.
You mean that thing's in charge of Satellite 5?
That thing, as you put it, is in charge of the human race. Yes, TARDIS.
Well, you'll never get your hands on it. I'll die first.
Die all you like.
You've bred a human race which doesn't bother to ask questions. They'll just trot right into the slaughterhouse if they're told it's made of gold. Massive wheat in a massive body. Massive bang. See you in the headlines.
But I want to come with you.
I only take the best. I've got Rose.
It's like I saw you yesterday. Isn't it funny? The time goes by like that.
Well. So long, eye candy. It was nice while you were here. What did you think? It was alright. I didn't mind it. It was, again, the message it was sending was very interesting.
Well, yes. Instead of being more metaphysical, this one was a little more socio-political.
Yeah. But a lot of it falls in line with my own kind of beliefs of the way people are swayed and like how no one questions what they believe or why they believe what they believe, or you just do because that's just what you do. You don't question because you're not supposed to. Just be a sheep and do what you're told. So I like that it kind of touched upon that notion of the human race essentially just being kind of complacent, and if you question anything, then you're seen as like the bad person, like how dare you?
Or you can still continue to be this sheep and do question, but what answers you'll get will depend upon which answers you have access to.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're looking for answers from the thing that controls the information, then you're not actually getting answers at all. You're just still, you're questioning, but you're also being spoon-fed the same rhetoric. So you're just kind of going in a circle.
At best, getting one side of the story.
Yeah, which is the side that they want you to hear. So yeah, I liked from that aspect. There's not much I disliked about this episode, honestly. I didn't like how they were painting the new guy as the bad guy so quickly. I was hoping we would have a few episodes with him because I thought he was a cool dynamic, and they're starting off really good with the Doctor trying to let Rose impress him and stuff, and it would have been cool to have like another set of eyes to experience everything that was going on. But I get why they did it, because it's Rose and the Doctor. That's the pairing.
Does every relationship involving her have to be romantic?
Good question.
Because I have noticed that with her old boyfriend, with the Doctor, and then with this new character.
Yeah, I do think I get like she's the female lead.
Yes.
But I don't think she needs to be sexualized all the time. So I agree with that. The guy could have been just not interested in her. Maybe he was all about knowledge and information. Let that be his motivation, not I want to try and get with Rose. So I think it would have been kind of refreshing from that point of view to have a character. Maybe there's one in the future. Again, we don't know. We're just going off of what we know so far, being new eyes to the series. But I completely agree. Yeah, I wish that this was a good opportunity to have a platonic relationship type character, which I think Rose needs and could use. And I thought he could have lasted for a little bit. And for a little bit. I'm not saying he had to be there for the entire season, just for a few episodes. But then again, I also understand why they wrote him off. But I do agree that not every relationship with Rose needs to be, oh, you're so hot, I want to get with you, kind of thing. So, yeah. I liked the whole, in the socio-political, but also kind of selling a mythology at the same time. The walls are made of gold.
And in actuality, they're actually made of ice.
Yeah.
Something cold with no warmth.
Yeah.
Which actually, in big business, actually, one needs to be more stern. In order, not only for the sake of doing what's in the interest of their clients, but also for self-preservation. even if that means breaking rules, whether or not they want to, they may have to because, well, everyone else is doing it. And if they don't catch up with everyone else, they'll then get left behind.
Right. I also took it in the idea of faith. Whenever people think of the top floor, the highest you can go, it's made of gold. It's this golden city. It's always attributed to metals on the earth that would mean nothing. Like, we give these ideas their weight in gold because gold to us is valuable. Gold and diamonds. Well, diamonds are actually absolutely worthless. It's just that the one company owns the monopoly, so that's why they're worth so much. But I digress. But gold and platinum and all these are very, rare metals. They're expensive metals. They're like the highest you can get. They're the most. And so, of course, it's going to be made of these things. But would a higher up, not just an entity, be it whatever you call it, would not care. Like, they would not have a place made of gold. Gold is meaningless. It's a human construct. It comes from Earth. So why would the next plane of existence be made out of an Earth metal? So I like the idea that they use the walls made of gold, not just for faith, but also for, you're talking about business. It's like, that's where the money is. That's the pinnacle of what you can do, what you want to be, whatever it is. That's the best version.
Well, that and also the fact that gold itself is malleable, whereas ice, you can chisel it, but it's something that tries to stay still on its own.
Right, yeah.
That it isn't so easy to change without destroying it. At first, when I thought that he mentioned to the lady that their boss was up there, and at first I assumed the boss of humanity, which actually it was, which then I thought, oh, is it the universe, the cosmos? Is it death itself? No, it actually is an extraterrestrial being. With apparently so high of a metabolism that it needs to be kept in those extremely cool conditions in order to continue its existence.
Yeah, there's a lot of religious undertones to this one, which I found very fast. Not just the socio-political and stuff like that, where it's like another quote I liked, where they say, you're lying to the people, the whole system is corrupt. That's honestly how I feel about the state of the world. Not all the time. I'm not like super conspiracy theory guy. But some of it does make it just, if you pay attention to the way things happen and when they happen, especially when they happen, and the timing of it and all that, it seems a little fishy. Outside of that idea, I like to think. You like to think, we like to think. I just like to think, well, it's a what if. So I'm not saying it's the way things are, but like, what if this is happening for this reason? It might not be. It's probably happening for the reason that they say it's happening, but what if it's not? What if the news is controlled by the couple people who own the networks, who own this, and by the billionaires who own this? What if it's true? It's fascinating to think about. So that touched on, like the ruling class, the people in charge, taking care of the sheep who don't question anything. And then they're fed the information they need to react as programmed with the chips.
It is something that I actually thought was a bit of a plot hole. The thing is able to know pretty much everything through the computer. Wouldn't the computer have known that elevator is going up to floor 500, which it's a bit of a stretch, but I assumed was a reference to Fortune 500.
Oh, might have been. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah, it could have been.
Would it have known that the elevator is in use and is coming up to this floor?
Well, we are, for the second episode in a row, I'm going to try and defend the plot hole, which is a stark contrast to how I was earlier in the season. So I'm trying to, but no, I'm actually going to try to defend it. I think maybe since the editor guy was so focused, they were all focused on the Doctor and Rose. I forget her name, Kathica? I'm sorry, I messed her name up, but the lady who at the end did save them. Like, she was even able to take the elevator, go up there, and then get in the machine, and she already accessed the machine. And they were like, oh, wait, something's going on. But yeah, they should have been able to, like, the elevator's moving, there's another presence up here, that old system is being turned back on, someone's there. Like, there was a lot of stuff, but I think it's because they were so, maybe they can't multitask in and of themselves. They have people to multitask for them. So maybe since all their focus was focused on, they had tunnel vision on the Doctor and Rose, everything else, periphery, everything else going on was second.
Despite that, a computer by its function is supposed to be able to multitask.
We don't really know. Like, the editor could access the information and get orders from the the next blob monster, extraterrestrial thing. But I think that I that's my only reasoning if I were to defend it would be that he was distracted. Like they were both distracted because you have the Doctor. He found out he's a Time Lord because stupid cute guy wrote himself off of the show. You realize you have a TARDIS at your disposal. You can travel through time. I mean, how many times in human history has power made people do dumb things?
That is true.
So I think they're like, oh my god, we have unlimited power now. We can control the fate of anything. We can make the human race whatever we want it to be, and then possibly the universe. So I think they were just so focused on the new toys.
And with that, using that to try to maintain what is still there.
Right.
Hence the difference between the gold and the ice.
Mm-hmm.
The gold being malleable, it can be made into anything. It's susceptible to change.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas ice tries to keep everything staying still and keeping things as they are.
Right, exactly, yeah. If I were to make a guesstimate as to why the brain and the computer's part didn't know that it was going on, I think they were completely focused. Like all the processes were going towards this. Like the worker bees were doing their thing, but the worker bees aren't told to look for something unless they're told to look for something. Is the way I took it to be. So they're not looking for breaches or like the editor guy can see them. He's like, like that's how he knew that the one lady was like a mole undercover for her freedom group because he's like, oh, something's wrong. But I think he was so distracted that he couldn't pick up anything else that was going on. And the extraterrestrial thing, the editor-in-chief, was completely focused on them as well. Like they were all like focused on. But yeah, overall, it was a very interesting point of view again. Like they're tackling ideologies and philosophies in a very interesting way with the last couple episodes.
I wonder, though, if such a thing were to occur, what would the result be? Well, what would be the course of action? Should everything be revealed all at once? Or should it be piece by piece, dependent upon how will different societies react to these things when being exposed to it step by step or all at once? And that could actually depend, because not only different societies, but also different people, individuals within them operate differently.
Well, that's the danger. It's like, I forgot how the saying goes, but like, man is reasonable, a society is dangerous. And each society is different, and people that comprise them are also obviously different. So, yeah, we are by nature a very reactionary species. For as intelligent as we are very quick to jump to that conclusion without thinking through. Thus, doing what you're told. Like, we're very convincible if we want the end, or if we want the story to be a certain way, we will find any evidence that supports our own belief system and our belief structure. That's why there are two sides to the story. That's why in the political world, I'm not gonna get into it, there's the two wings to the same bird. Those two wings are flapping at each other, and that's the idea. Because if you're fighting with each other, you're not working with each other.
But at the same time, the bird is going in the same direction.
Yes, but the direction, this is what's distracted. This is the distraction. The bird can just fly in circles if it wants to. So, very interesting way to address these ideas. I feel like the last two episodes especially, you could show, the last one to a philosophy class, an existentialism, what is existence and, what is being alive. This one you could show to like a economics class kind of thing. Correlate what you just saw in this Doctor Who episode to what you think, how it correlates and matches up to what is going on in the current world. And it'd be cool to see, 30 to 40 different people's perspective on the one idea. Like, what is your idea of existentialism and life, and what does being alive mean? What does freedom mean from the last episode? And this one, the golden walls and versus the ice, as you were saying, and the structure, like the caste system, like the structure, it's a pyramid, and how does that pyramid that was shown in the episode match up with modern society? I think it'd be really cool to read people's thought processes and ideas.
It's quite fascinating.
Yeah, it is. So these last two episodes were kind of refreshing to watch because, again, there's little nitpicky plot holes, but I'm hoping when people said that the season gets better, or the series gets better, this is what they were talking about, because it does seem like it's we went to two episodes last time, 2 and 3, that were good. That's like, okay, and then 4 and 5 hit. So I'm hoping that episode 8, when we get to it, is not a giant dive off a cliff. I hope this is the momentum that people keep talking about, because in retrospect, it was a bumpy road, but the last two have been quite interesting.
Like a person, the show is trying to figure out what it is, its direction, how it's going to do it, and it's trying different things, and in the end they finally get it. Finally figure out what to do and then go with that until a better idea comes up.
Maybe. It just feels like episodes 1, 4, and 5 were written by the same person, and 2, 3, 6, and 7 were written by the same person. Other than the loss of the eye candy, and this was another solid episode, in my opinion.
I agree.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
No.
Okay. Well, that's going to wrap up this one. As always, I don't have a fancy outro, so I'll simply say thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video when we eventually get to episode 8. Until then, goodbye.
Goodbye.